Welcome to day 84 of Maths Wizard. So we were doing some questions related to geometric progressions. And if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask a question on this number. And also if you need personal online class, you can make inquiry on this number. And to get PDF of all the sessions, just join the Telegram group. You will get the link in the description. Right? Okay, so let's start with the first question for today's session. We have if the sum of these numbers till this, okay na, is 255, find n. So basically in this case we are given sum of n terms, and here n we actually don't know, but this one is your last term, this one is your last term, right? And also we are given the summation of all these terms. Fine. So let's try to find how many total numbers are there, how many total terms are there in this GP. Then we will be able to find the basically value of n from here, right? So first of all, if we are given summation, it means Sn. We don't know the exact value of n, right? We don't know the exact value of n. And also let me tell you, this n is different as this n. Why? Because here n is representing the power of this 2, and then also there is negative 1, but actually n will be the total number of terms, but not this n. I am going to take that n as capital N. Okay, let's take capital N as the total number of terms for this GP. This is total number of terms. Let me tell you, this small n is not the total number of terms for this GP, because this n is used as the exponential form for any particular term, or you can say for the last term, right? Okay, now it means I am going to write over here capital N, not small n, for the total number of terms. Summation, we need summation, already we are given summation of all these terms, right? So now what I am going to do is, what I can write, by the way, which formula I am going to use. So R will be A2 divided by A1, which is greater than 1. R is greater than 1. If R is greater than 1, then I am going to use formula of summation like this. Here n will be the capital, okay na, capital N. I am going to use this capital N, and it will be your R minus 1. I hope you got it. Next, now what I can do is, if you see, we are given summation of all the terms. We are given summation of all the terms. It means I can say that 255 must be equal to these terms, and also A is your first term, which is 1, R which is 2, so 2 raised to power capital N, then negative 1, and whole divided by 2 minus 1, which is 1. So 255 is equal to 2 raised to power n and minus 1. This minus 1 will become 250, will make it 256, that is raised to power 2 raised to power capital N. Now what I can do is, 256 I can split it into the exponential form of 2, which will be, let me it will be 2 raised to power 8. You can do the prime factorization, by the way. 2 raised to power 8, and here 2 raised to power n. If the bases are same, then the exponents will also be the same. It means n is totally 8. N is totally 8. It means the total number of terms are there in this GP is 8, right? Okay, fine. It means I'm damn sure about this term that this is your 8th term, because there are total 8 terms in this GP. Now I need to find the value of n, small n basically, right? Now if I know that this one is your 8th term, and we already know that term number 8 is nothing but a r raised to power n minus 1, where n is the, no doubt, total number of terms, 8, right? So 8 minus 1, it will represent as 7, right? Now also we are given that this is nothing but term number 8. You have to understand this. This was your term number 8, which is 2 raised to power n minus 1. A is no doubt 1, and here R is no doubt, it is 7, right? Next, also we know that R is 2, so you can substitute value of 2 over here, and from here we will get the value of small n. And if bases are same, then power will be equal, and so from here small n is also 8. Small n is also 8. Got it? It means if I substitute over here 8, it will become 8 minus 1, which is 7. So you can say that it's starting from 1, right? Let me write all the 8 terms. It will be 1 plus 2 raised to power 1 plus 2 raised to power 2 plus 2 raised to power 3 plus 2 raised to power 4 plus 2 raised to power 5 plus 2 raised to power 6 plus 2 raised to power 7 plus 2 raised to power only 7. 8 minus 1 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, all there are totally 8 terms. Got it? So, this was all about this question. Next. Now we have another concept already I have explained you, but if you have not got it, no problem. Let me explain you again. If we are given two numbers A and B, and if we need to find geometric mean of these two numbers, then just take square root of these two number product, square root of the product of these two numbers. That's it. Okay. Now, if this one is your A, no doubt always this one will be your B. So geometric mean for these two numbers will be under root A into B. So A is 4 upon 9 and B is 9 upon 4. You can cancel under root 1. So under root 1 is what? 1. Got it? Next, in the same way, its geometric mean will become under root A is 14 and B is 7 upon 32. Let's solve this. So geometric mean will be in 7 times it's 16, so it will be 49 divided by 16, and there is square root, so it will become 7 by 4, right? Square root of 49 is 7 and square root of 16 is 4. In the same way, the third part, it will be a geometric mean will be equal to 2 times A into 8 times A cube, and then geometric mean will be under root A to the 16 A raised to power 4. So geometric mean will be 16 4, right? Square root of 16 is 4, and always remember, when there is exponential powers and you need to find the square root, just make half the power, that's it, right? So if it is 4, just make it half, so it will be 4A square. So this is your geometric mean for these two numbers, and this was all about this question. Got it? Okay, next question. In this question, we are given the sum of three numbers in GP is 39 by 10. If you guys remember, in arithmetic progression, I already explained you about when the sum of three numbers, sum of four numbers, sum of five numbers, sum of 6 numbers are given of any basically AP. Then we had different conditions in the same way, and in that case, okay, let me explain you first about the AP. If we had given the sum of three numbers which were in AP, then we were considering the AP as A, then A minus D, and then A plus D, so that after adding them, after making sum, minus D and plus D will get cancelled out, and from here we can easily get the value of A, right? This was the condition for AP. In the same way, if you see general AP terms, GP terms, general geometric progression is first term A, second term is AR, third term is AR square, fourth term is AR bar cube, and similarly so on, right? Okay, fine, no problem. And the nth term will be AR raised to power n minus 1, no problem. Very simple. Next, very important, from here if you no doubt, if you find R, it will be this divided by this, right? R will be this divided by this, it will become R, right? So this will be your basically common ratio. Now, very important thing, if we are given sum of three numbers which are in GP, sum of three numbers which are in GP, then what kind of GP you should consider? So first of all, if we start considering like this, like first term is A, second term is AR, third term is AR square, and if you make the summation of these three terms, then we will write 39 by 10. Now let me tell you, here you in AP basically we were cancelling out the common difference D, and here our target is to cancel out the common ratio which is R. Got it? Right now if you see, if you make summation of these terms, it will not get cancelled out, right? It will not get cancelled out. So in this case, if you see, and their product is also given as 1. So in geometric progression, if the product is given there, so always consider AP. This was your general AP. Don't consider like this whenever product is given, and the summation is also there. Now the real AP that you will consider in this case, real GP, not AP, sorry, real GP in this case will be A, then A upon R and A times R. In arithmetic progression, we were subtracting D, and because our common difference was the difference basically, and here common ratio is ratio, so we are going to divide by R. A, then A divided by R, then A into R. Got it? So these will be the perfect GP for these kind of questions, from where we can easily find the value of A basically by cancelling out R, right? For example, we are given the product as 1. Product of these three terms is 1. So I am going to write over here A times R multiply A into R, and we are given these terms as 1. Cancel. It will be A cube is equal to 1. So from here, no doubt, your A will also be 1, right? Because A cube is same, power same, base same. A is 1. If we have got A as 1, we are also given that summation of these three terms is 39 by 10. Now, what I am going to do is A upon R, according to question, basically A and A times R is 39 by 10. Because we have already got value of A as 1, I am going to substitute over here. So 1 by R plus 1 plus R, that will be equal to 39 by 10. From here you can easily make, a quadratic equation. Let me first make it out. So it will be 1 by R plus R, that will be equal to 39 by 10, negative of 1. It will be R, 1 plus R square, it will be 10, 39 minus 10, which is 29. Okay na? Now let's cross multiply. If I cross multiply, I will get 10 R square plus 10, that will be equal to 29 times R, and it will be 10 R square minus 29 times R plus 10, that is equal to 0. So what kind of numbers we can choose for the middle term? 25 100 10 100. Yes, we can choose 10 R square, negative of 25 R, and the negative of 4 R plus 10, that will be equal to 0. Now from here we can take common, which is nothing but 5. 5 times R, which will be 2R minus 5. Then negative of 4, no, take negative of 2, so it will be 2R plus, minus 5, that will be equal to 0. So from here 5R is equal to minus 2, and another will be 2R minus 5 equal to 0. So from here you will get two values of R, 5R minus 2 equal to 0, and from here 2R minus 5 equal to 0. So from here you will get 2 by 5, and from here you will get 5 by 2. So you got two values of R, right? You can use both the basically values of R to get the GP. What we had to find in the initial question, let me check once. Find the numbers, basically the three numbers. Just we had assumed three numbers like this, right? So just because we have got the values of A and R, we are going to substitute over here, nothing else. Fine. So A is 1 and R is 2 upon 5, right? Once we will consider R as 2 upon 5, and in another case A is no doubt fixed, it is 1 only, right? It is 1 only. So now R will be 5 upon 2. So there will be two cases for this. Now if I substitute A as 1 and R will be 2 upon 5, A as 1 and R will be 2 upon 5, then A is 1, then A is 1 and R is 2 upon 5. So it will get reciprocal, so it will be 5 by 2, 1, and it will be 2 by 5. And in this case, no doubt it is just reciprocal, so it will become 2 by 5, 1, and then 5 by 2. It will get reciprocal only, nothing else. I hope you guys got it. Next question is your find a GP. This time we need to find a GP. Whenever you are asked in any question, find a GP, it means you need to find at least 3 to 4 terms, like you need to find A1, you need to find A2, A3, A4, so on, right? So at least we need to find these 3 to 4 terms. And no doubt, first term is your A, second term is your AR, right? Third term is your AR square, fourth term will be AR cube. It means what our target is to find value of A and R. Then we are going to substitute over here, and this will be your GP. Fine. What given informations are given? Let's check first. So find a GP for which the sum of first two terms, it means we are given S2, sum of first two terms is negative of 4, and the fifth term is 4 times, and the fifth term means a5 you can write, or you can write t5. A fifth term is 4 times the third term, These are the two given information from here, from where basically we can easily calculate the value of a and r. We can easily find value of a and r. Let's find. So because here if you see, we don't know what is the value of r. It is greater than 1 or less than 1, right? So nothing to worry about it. You can use any formula for greater than r or less than r. So we are going to substitute over here. So S2, right? So summation formula, let's say I'm using this one for greater than r value. So Sn. S2, basically S2 is -4. At the place of n, I'm going to use 2. A is A, we don't know. Actually, we need to find the A and R. So A, R, we don't know. N is 2, right? 2. Then -1 whole divided by R, we don't know. R -1. Got it? Okay, let's say it is the first equation. Let's say this is the first equation. And from here, again, we are going to get another equation. So it can be written as A R raised to power 5. 4. And from here, 4 times it will be A R raised to power 3. -1, which is 2, right? Fine. From here a and a will get cancelled out, no problem. So from here r raised to power 4 minus 4 r raised to power 2 will be 0. So from here r square I'm going to take common. So r square minus 4, that will be equal to 0. So r will be 0 and r will be plus minus 2. So no doubt, because r will be greater than 1. Modulus of r, basically modulus of r will be greater than 1. So no doubt we have used the correct formula over here. Because from here we got the value of r, then according to r we will use the formula of this one, summation. But because this is also modulus of r is greater than 1, and we have already used the same formula, right? Okay, 0 is not possible r in any GP basically, because that will give you not defined condition. It may be possible now. Let me check. If I say I have a GP, no, it will give you a not defined condition. For example, if I say 0, then 2, then 4, this divided by this will give you not defined condition. So r as 0 is not possible. Remember it, right? Next, so we have r as plus minus 2. If we know r as plus minus 2, we can substitute over here. First take basically 2. So it will be -4 is equal to a as it is 2, 4, 2 square is 4 minus 1 it is 3, then 2 minus 1 it is 1. So a will be -4 by 3, okay. Next, if I take -2, it will become -4, a 4 minus 1 which is again 3, and here -2 minus 1 minus 3, then it will become negative will cancel out, 3 will get cancelled out, and a will be 4. So here you will get basically two GP, right? First one will be a when r is 2. Remember, when r is 2, when case 1 you will make case 1. In this case you will take r as 2, then a will be -4 by 3, and another case 2. In case 2, if r is -2, then a is 4. Okay. Now you already know the GP basically, a, then AR, then AR square, then AR cube, and so on. Just you need to substitute over your formulas. You just need to find 3 to 4 terms and just put ... and so on. I hope you guys all understood all the concept that just I explained in this session. So that's all for today. See you in the next video. Till then, Jai Hind.